I got into my car and drove off, leaving Molly behind. She was probably still sitting there, stunned, her mind racing to piece together what had just unfolded. I knew she was confused, maybe even scared, but I couldn't stay any longer. The truth I had uncovered was too heavy, pressing on me like a weight I couldn't shake. Tonight wasn't about fighting or demanding answers. It was about taking the first real step toward rebuilding a life where she no longer belonged. As I drove through quiet streets, the steady hum of the engine and the cool night air brought an odd sense of calm. I needed distance, room to breathe, to think, to start stitching myself back together. When I pulled up to Gabriel's house, the warm glow of the porch light felt strangely comforting. The familiar smell of Rose's lasagna drifted through the air, wrapping me in a sense of home I hadn't felt in weeks. Gabriel met me at the door with his usual grin, clapping me on the shoulder. "Good to see you, Mason. Come on in. Make yourself comfortable," he said, though the concern in his tone was clear. Rose followed with gentle hand and a kind smile. "You look like you've had a rough time," she said softly. "Come eat. You need it." Their kindness was almost disarming. For a moment, I felt the tension ease, as if I'd left all the chaos of the past few days outside. Inside, the house felt steady and safe, familiar. We started dinner with light conversation, work, plans, my hope to join Gabriel's team. I asked about his projects, his goals, anything to steer my thoughts away from the wreckage waiting for me back home. But as the evening wore on, it became harder to hold myself together. Rose noticed first. She always did. Leaning forward, her tone gentle but firm, she said, "You don't have to say anything, Mason. But if you need to talk, we're here." I sat in silence for a while, staring at my plate. Then, with a deep breath, I set my fork down. "It's Molly," I said quietly. "She's been cheating on me. Not once, several times." Gabriel froze, his fork midway to his mouth. "Mason, I'm so sorry," he said, his voice heavy with sincerity. Rose reached across the table and placed her hand on mine. "That's heartbreaking," she whispered. I swallowed hard, trying to form the words. "It's worse than that," I said. "It wasn't just anyone. It was Brad, my boss. Him, his son, some of his friends. I have proof. Seeing it, it's unbearable." Gabriel's expression darkened. "Brad? I can't believe he'd stoop that low." Rose squeezed my hand gently. "Do you have anyone else to lean on, Mason? Anyone besides us?" I shook my head. "No. That's why I came here. I needed someone who'd understand." Gabriel straightened up, his tone firm with conviction. "You'll have a place on my team. We'll start something new." Rose added softly, "And if you need to talk, therapy, or just someone to listen, I'll help however I can." Their kindness hit harder than I expected. For the first time in days, I didn't feel completely alone. By the end of the night, as we talked about moving forward, work, new beginnings, I felt a faint spark of hope return. When I got home, the house was silent. Molly had gone to bed. I stood in the living room, taking in everything we'd built, the photos, the furniture, the memories, and wonder how it had all fallen apart so completely. I lay down on the futon, staring at the ceiling as the silence pressed around me. Tomorrow would bring the confrontation I'd been dreading. The next morning, I faced her. Holding up the evidence, I asked, "These Brad, his son, his friends, people I've never even met, was this all just a game to you?" Her face crumpled, tears spilling down her cheeks. I don't know how it got this far," she stammered. "It started with Brad, and then I felt trapped, ashamed. I couldn't stop." "Trapped?" I snapped. "You weren't trapped, Molly. You made choices, every single one of them against me. You let it spiral, and now you want pity?" She sobbed harder. "I know I've done something unforgivable, but I still love you." I slammed my hand against the table, the sound echoing through the room. "Don't you dare say you love me," I hissed. "You don't destroy someone you love. You don't betray them and call it love." She went silent, her face buried in her hands. After a moment, I spoke again, my voice cold and final. "This is over, Molly. I'll file for divorce. There's nothing left to say." Her voice was barely a whisper. "What do you want me to do?" "Pack your things and leave before the papers come." I said flatly. Stay away from me, from this house, from my life. You made your choice. Now live with it. Her shoulders trembled. I'll go tomorrow, she whispered. Good. I replied, turning toward the door. The sooner, the better. And just like that, I walked away, leaving her alone with the emptiness she had created.